where do you begin and what do you tell your defensive backs about Patrick Mahomes and what to do and what to watch for with all his improvisations and ability?
The biggest thing is we got to stay in coverage when he breaks the pocket. And once the pocket breaks down and he starts improvising and those guys start running for open spaces, we got to plaster once he breaks the pocket. That'll be the biggest thing to concentrate on.
And you've seen a lot of quarterbacks in the evolution of that. You know, we see guys like, Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield and, Josh Allen, these mobile guys. I mean, how has that position begun to change and evolve in the NFL, do you think?
Well, there are a lot more running quarterbacks today than there used to be. I mean, there used to be just a few as far as the Randall Cunninghams and the Michael Vicks. Now it's almost every week you're getting all these running quarterbacks, so that makes it extra hard for a DB because you can't cover 3, 4, and 5 seconds anymore. It's got to be almost 7 and 8, and you got to turn the plaster receivers more, so that makes the job a little more difficult.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
All right, please, any media, please raise your hands for questions. We're going to go over to Jenna Lane.
Hey, Coach. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for doing this.
Same to you, Jenna.
Thanks, Coach. I know Jamel Dean left the game with injury. I just wanted to get your assessment of how Ross Cockrell played in his role.
I thought he filled in admirably. He's where he's supposed to be. He did a good job. He had a couple tackles, so we were happy with the way he played.
And I know that, your group has made a lot of strides in the secondary. What do you think the biggest culprit was in their performance against the Rams, allowing Woods and Cooper Kupp to both have over 100 receiving yards?
We missed a lot of tackles, especially in the first half. 5-yard plays can't go for 25 and 30 yards. They had a lot of yak yards, and we got to get them on the ground when they catch the ball. Can't give them the yards after.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, we'll go over to Joey Knight.
Coach, JPP told us yesterday he kind of knocks heads with his coach every now and then because he just wants to stay in the game all the time. Do you almost kind of have no choice but to keep him in the way he's been playing lately?
He makes a hard case, but we still got to give him a breather here and there. We got to protect him from himself, as we does with quite a few players. But you love the effort, and we like where he's at right now, especially playing the game the way he plays it.
Thanks.
All right, we'll go to Scott Reynolds.
Happy Thanksgiving, Todd. Thanks for doing this. Appreciate it.
Same to you, Scott.
Just wanted to ask you about Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the rookie running back for the Chiefs. What type of problems he presents, being such a small yet powerful and quick running back, and a guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield and not just hurt you with the running game?
No, he's a major problem. He can run inside, outside. He can catch the ball. He can block. Him, with the addition of everybody else they have on offense, you got 5 guys at a time that you got to take care of. So it keeps you honest, and you got to play fundamentally sound football, and we got to be able to tackle and get them on the ground.
And also, if I could get your thoughts on Travis Kelce and the problems he presents as a guy that can convert third downs and just make big plays down the field in the red zone as a tight end.
He's probably one of the best in the league, if not the best right now. He's a great blocker. He can line up at wide out and beat you at tight end. He can beat you physically or athletically, and that makes it a very hard cover.
Thank you, Todd.
Yeah.
I'll go to Greg Allman.
Hey, Todd, just want to come back to JPP if I could. For him to have picks in each of the last 2 games, I don't think any of the top pass rushers in the league this year even has more than 1. So just want to ask you, I know you guys asked the outside linebackers to drop back occasionally, but just how strong that is for him to be in position to make plays and then to hold on to the 2 picks as he has the last 2 games.
Oh, that's been outstanding. To see him make plays like that. Don't get me wrong, we want him rushing the passer, and he rushes the passer a lot, and that's his main job. But when he can go back in space and come up with plays like that for us is huge.
Todd, the women that do the nasal swabs always joke with us that you're in there almost first every day. I think Tom still beats you most morning. What time did you get into work this morning?
I got in about 4:25, which was still probably 2 hours later than Tom Moore.
Happy Thanksgiving, Todd. Thanks.
Same to you.
All right, we'll go to Jenna Lane.
Hey, Coach, one of the things that stands out about Patrick Mahomes is his ability to beat the blitz. And obviously, it's not everything that you do, but you guys do blitz a lot. Can you just describe some of the challenges that come with facing a quarterback like him that, just seems to process those types of things so quickly?
Well, it's not just him beating the blitz. He beats 3-man, 4-man, 5-man, 6-man. He beats every coverage. So you can't just say he beats the blitz. He's a great quarterback. I mean, well warranted. That's why they won the Super Bowl last year. We've had a couple great quarterbacks in the last few weeks to face, and we got some more coming. So it'll be a good challenge for us. Looking forward to it.
Coach Arians was also saying how, he talked about Mahomes and doing some of the things that he does that, you teach young quarterbacks not to even try that, right? Like throwing across the field and stuff and all those funky angles and all the different ways he throws it. What kind of unique challenge does that present for a defense when you have to account for a guy that does some just very, very unusual things in the passing game?
It's a great challenge. Obviously, he can see things with his eyes that normal people can't see and do things with his body that normal people can't do. So we got to try and plaster the receivers, and, we got to try to take our shots when it's time to take our shots, but we got to be able to cover and play fundamentally sound football.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go with Scott Reynolds.
Todd, Shaq Barrett's sack production is way down from where it was last year. Pressures are good and valid, but sacks and forced fumbles are another thing, and he hasn't lived up to what he did last year, which was a big task. But is that because he's playing mostly on the left side, and he had, I think, 13 of his 19 and a half sacks on the right side? Is it the loss of Vita Vea not getting that push up the middle that he did last year that would force quarterbacks Shaq's way? What do you attribute his lack of sack production and forced fumbles this year to?
Well, some of it, the ball's coming out quick. He's getting a lot of pressures. The ball's just not there. You expect the ball to come out quicker. Not everybody sees us and knows we're coming, trying not to get their quarterback hit. Sometimes he's right there and he can't get the play. That's just the difference, and the minuscule difference of having a sack and not having a sack. But we're happy with the pressures. We're happy with the way he's playing right now. And you're not going to get 19 sacks every year, so that would be far-fetched to think that. But he's hitting the quarterback and knocking them down, and he just got to continue to keep grinding, and his sacks will come.
And if I could ask about Sean Murphy-Bunting, your assessment of him. He led your team last year with 3 interceptions, still 5 games left. But how has he played this year? Has there been any regression? Has there been any improvement? Has he kind of been steady? How would you assess Sean's play, at this stage of the season?
I think he started out very well the first 2 or 3 games, and he hit a lull where he was thinking too much. And lately, the last 2 games, he's kind of come out of it and gotten back to himself. So we look forward to Sean to keep getting better and better.
Thank you, Todd.
Yeah.
All right, that's all for today. Thanks, Todd.
Thanks.